Today, we're making something dangerously good. A rich, decadent chocolate cake. Soft, dense, with a glossy top, then a light snowfall of cocoa. The knife slides like silk. Inside, deep chocolate, a creamy center, and a hazelnut crunch. All right, let's make it. Step 1. Chop and melt. Here's a little story to sweeten the process. This cake became famous in Capri, Italy, when a baker supposedly forgot to add the flour. Instead of throwing it out, they served it anyway, and the guests loved it. Proof that sometimes forgetting is the best recipe upgrade. Makes me wonder if my lost socks are just waiting to become the next big fashion trend. Now, let's get to the base of our cake. 1 3/4 cups or 300 grams of good chocolate. Dark or semi-sweet, your call. Chop it small, the smaller, the faster it melts. Melt it gently with 9 tablespoons or 130 grams of unsalted butter over low heat. Because burnt chocolate smells like heartbreak. And if you're using really good chocolate, take it slow to keep those delicate flavors intact. Stir until it's smooth and glossy. While that chocolate butter magic is doing its thing, let's move on to the next key player. Step 2, eggs. Oh, here's a fun fact. In ancient Rome, eggs were so valuable in baking, they were sometimes traded for wine. Imagine showing up to a dinner party with a dozen eggs as your gift and being the most popular guest there. And today, they're going to be the glue that holds our cake together. Grab 4 to 5 eggs, lightly beaten about 1 cup or 240 grams in total. We're not scrambling them, just waking them up. Eggs have been holding cakes together for hundreds of years, long before we had baking powder. Our great-great-grandparents knew what they were doing. Eggs done, chocolate melting, time to give our cake its creamy backbone. Step 3, cream, sugar, flour. Here's a baker's tip. Cake flour is milled extra fine and has less protein than all-purpose flour. That means less gluten development, which is why it gives a tender bite. You can even make your own, just mix all-purpose flour with a little cornstarch. In a large bowl, add 1/2 cup or 135 grams of cold whipping cream. Followed by 1½ tablespoons or 20 grams of sugar. Then sift in 2½ teaspoons or 7 grams of cake flour. And that tiny bit of flour we're adding, it helps the cake slice neatly without losing that rich, fudgy center. Whisk until combined and smooth. Everything's prepped. Now comes the magic moment. Step 4, bring it all together. Sweet bit of history. Cacao beans were once so valuable in Mesoamerica that people used them as money. So technically, you're baking with currency. If only the grocery store would take chocolate coins at checkout. Now pour in the melted chocolate butter mix. This is the moment you realize you're basically making chocolate fudge, but fancier. All right, let's set the stage for perfect baking. Step 5, prep the pan. Line your baking tin with parchment paper. Here's another nugget. Parchment paper was first patented in the 19th century as vegetable parchment, made by dipping paper into sulfuric acid. Don't worry, the kind we use now is way safer. Still, it's one of those kitchen inventions that quietly saves the day. Here's a little trick. Sift the batter through a fine sieve straight into the pan to catch any lumps and make the texture silkier. And if you warm the baking tin slightly first, the batter spreads more evenly. Time to treat this cake like royalty. Step 6, bake with steam. The water bath or bain-marie has been around since ancient Egypt. Later, an alchemist named Maria the Jewess perfected it. So yes, you're basically using ancient dessert alchemy. Little side note, this same technique is used for delicate desserts like creme brulee and cheesecakes. Because it surrounds the dish with gentle heat, like a warm hug for your batter. Now, preheat the oven to 320 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius. Place the pan on a baking tray and pour hot water into the tray, about 1/2 inch deep, or roughly 1 centimeter. Bake for 30 minutes. Let it cool naturally, then cover and chill overnight. And now, the fun part, dressing it up. Step 7, decoration. Flip it upside down, plate ready. Okay, a little movement. This cake thinks it's Excalibur. One more. Pull just a bit more. And plop. Hey, out it comes. The next day, cut a strip of parchment paper about 3/4 of an inch wide, or 2 centimeters, and place it across the center of the cake. Dust cocoa powder generously over the top. Remove the strip to reveal a clean stripe, and sprinkle about 1/4 cup or 30 grams of chopped hazelnuts or other nuts you like. This is your moment to make it look like $1,000,000. Serving and tasting. Did you know? Dark chocolate contains compounds that can actually boost your mood. So yes, this cake is basically dessert and therapy in one. Cut yourself a generous slice. The knife should glide through like it's slicing butter. The texture, silky. The flavor, deep, pure chocolate with a touch of creaminess. And those nuts, a perfect crunch against the smooth cake. This is the cake you make when you want to impress without saying a word. Remember, low heat, water bath, and an overnight chill. That's the secret. If you try this, let me know your favorite nut topping. And if you're ready for your next sweet challenge, stick around. And of course, like and subscribe to LeeA. We've got another chocolate adventure waiting for you, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.